So later this month of June, we're actually waiting for the judgment of that will determine the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and what will happen afterward. You understand? Although we've been seeing several reviews and several opinions and reactions, back and forth, left and right, from several people in respect to that particular suspension. But you need to know that it's not even about suspension at this point in time. I know definitely because several people have been saying that left to Senator Akpabio and left to Sandra Duru and several other things, and even Governor Yaya Bello, they are trying everything possible to ensure that this woman, number one, does not come back to the Senate. Number two, politically, she's been brought low. You understand? They are just trying everything possible to silence her finally. They tried the recall process, it didn't work out, although we've been seeing several news that they are trying another recall process underground just to ensure that they remove her from the Senate. Secondly, the suspension, they are trying everything possible to either ensure that her suspension remains 6 months and justice does not prevail at the end of the day in court. And also, the judgment that will be delivered by the government, because we saw that the government actually arraigned her in court, although the court proceeding couldn't head due to the judicial workers that is on strike. So they are trying everything possible, from recall process to a suspension to the federal government charging her to court, everything just to ensure that they keep her voice mute. But a number of people has actually give accolade to Senator Natasha because of how courageous she was. Definitely, you know that the kind of people she's fighting with at this point in time are not small individuals. Two governors she's fighting with, or even 3 governors at this point in time. The current governor of Kogi State, former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Akpabio, is now a senator and even a Senate president, the 3rd person in Nigeria. And now she's now fighting with the federal government of Nigeria. That is why a number of people keep giving her accolade for the courage she has to through this matter and to actually, stand firm to this extent. But I'm going to play a recording of Senator Natasha and a video as well that actually threw their own point of view in respect to this ongoing issue on ground. Now, we've been seeing several people has been coming out that why will Sandra Duru come out as a witness? There was a time that Senator Natasha wrote a petition against Senator Akpabio and even against Yaya Bello and even against Sandra Duru. Nothing has been done. You understand? The Inspector General of Police never did anything. Even the government never tried anything. But let me leave you to all of what we played out. But notwithstanding, let me play this recording and this video to let you know what is going on out there and what Nigerians is expecting at this point in time. This is Discovery Africa TV. God bless Nigeria and God bless Africa. So watch the rest of the video, guys, and subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. What I'm saying is that Diabelo sent people. They went to INEC and they're asking they collected the guideline for recall again today. My husband was notified.
Okay.
So it's like they are trying everything that they don't want me to be there. They have seen that even the judgment that will be given to me, that the suspension will be lifted. They have seen that suspension will be lifted. That anything they are doing, Akpabio is saying that he doesn't want to see me in that Senate. So they are trying everything. That's what they're doing. That's what they're. Please, I don't know how you make it as news over Natasha'S matter. Okay. That's how he blackmailed him that the man removed it's like, because what they said is that when Akpabio went to meet the president, and see, Natasha is fighting. Natasha is being sponsored. Even the president say, Akpabio. This was his response. He said, Akpabio. He said, the president did not believe. So that was how people around him, they now got him to say, look, if you don't allow Akpabio to deal with Natasha, remember, you also need Akpabio's favors. Are you getting me? You know how they do like quick pro quo, like, you have 2027 to run. You have 2027 election. You better allow Akpabio to deal with her. Sacrifice. Who will you sacrifice? Natasha or Akpabio? That kind of thing. So the president now kept quiet. But Right now, they say that the president is also now, as this witnesses, this accomplice now came to confess. Those two people that confess their role.
Which
you
people?
understand?
Who is that?
That woman that appeared on Adeola, that Frances, and the other man, Ogbona, that played, that worked with her. When they confessed their role, that look, they were paid so, that was when the president now got more upset. Like, look, if you guys could proceed with this thing, it would be scandalous. Are you getting my point? They say Akpabio was in a meeting with all of his team till 4 a.m. this morning. They were considering, they said that the national security and some people are telling him, like, dude, this is not a good move. It will backfire on the president. How can they see that Yaya Bello and Aduru are testifying to imprison Natasha? What kind of that Nigerians will turn around them? Let me don't publish it. Let me send it to you now.
Okay.
That's what the man said. I finally spoke with him today. He said they are thinking that Nigerians are like them. I've sent it to you. Please, don't publish it yet. Look at it. Can you see what I've sent to you? Don't publish it. But look at witness number 1, Akpabio. Witness number 2, Yaya Bello. Witness number 3, Asuko. And you know that I am telling you, we have witness that will testify that indeed
Senator Asuko.
Yes, I said that he drove Yaya Bello from Hilton, but it was true. I called the management of Hilton to give me the CCTV. They said that they cannot do so, that it will not be good for their customers, that they don't do so.
No problem.
Because, but I have witnessed. So imagine if Nigerians get to see this one now.
It's a bad one. Nothing to go to the public opinion is I don't think they can get public opinion to their advantage. I don't see how that will work.
I'm telling you. So me that I have never embezzled money, then these two people that are facing Akpabio that has plenty EFCC file. That has plenty cases against in EFCC. They are now, 2 of them have now joined forces against me. Plus that serial blackmailer, Sandra Duru. Oh God. Anyway, please, I don't know how you find a way to make that story out that Akpabio blackmailing
the president
to sacrifice Natasha. That it has to come out for his 2027. I don't know how you did, but please, that has to come out. But not on your story first.
It's okay. I'm coming. I'll see what I'll craft out. I'll craft something.
It's very important because, see, my brother, just be there for me, please.
No problem.
So that that Nigerians will turn against them. Please, just help, please.
No problem. I will do what I'm doing.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Take care of yourself.
You said it's an allegation, but rather, in my own view, in my own opinion, I would say it's revelation. I don't think it's something that was cooked up. I think she's being sincere. Although in Nigerian palace they say that he who alleges must prove, but the unfortunate situation we have is that even when you want to prove your own case, you are not even given a level playground or even an opportunity to prove your case. If you really look at that revelation, marry it with Nigerian police system, you will see that the same system is going on.
Exactly. Another question we will ask is, why is Natasha bringing this allegation, this fresh one, out now? We know that on the 3rd of June, Nigerian government is suing her for criminal defamation, and she's going in for this court hearing. Why is she bringing this out now? Is it like timed, or is it just finally finding the courage to speak out?
Okay, like I said, I don't think it's finding the courage to speak out. She has already been speaking out already. She's been speaking out already. So it's not finding the courage to speak out now, because what I find out is that if you listen to her on that issue of sexual harassment and issue of allocation of seats, you will see a person that has been pushed to war and she cannot take it any longer. That is why she exploded. So this one she's bringing out now, this revelation, like I said before, she's bringing out now. I don't think she's coming out to speak out or having the courage. She has been speaking out. She has also maneuver every roadblock mounted on her way. She has always dismantled all of them since when all this brouhaha started. So it's not about finding the courage, and it's not about anything because of the court case or whatever. You remember that we had it on the media that she was attacking Akpabio because she was changed from the chairman of local content. Do you understand? The chairperson of that local content in the Senate. That was why, according to one that was why she now came up to frame Akpabio. No, she not giving us information why she was actually removed, because she was not giving that kickback.
So is Nigeria ready for women who speaks like Natasha? Or are we just watching another political figure caught in elite crossfire? Is she a threat to the system or simply being taught a lesson for not conforming?
Both of them. She is a threat to the system. Those in affairs see her as a threat. She's not adapted. She's not following the rules laid down by the system. So they want to now teach her a lesson that if you go out of your way, this is what you are going to meet. So that is why we are also urging Nigerians, and that's why we are laying our voices to this crisis.
Speaking of women, let's start with this woman, Professor Mweke, aka Sandra Duru. With the kind of bold claims she's been making, do we see her as a truth teller, or a desperate attention seeker, or something more sinister? Someone who goes to extreme lengths to push false narratives.
Yeah, I can say that in all you have narrated, I will categorize her into two, or she fits into two: attention seeker, and also that have that desperate motive to achieve anything, to make money. Let me just put it: her motive is to make money. She neither loves Akpabio, she don't even love Akpabio, she don't even love Natasha. Neither of them, she don't like any of them. But what she is after is that money that will come to her. Because if you look at it all around, you see that she is looking for money. And even in her own comment, she said that Natasha wanted to give her 200 million naira or thereabouts, while Natasha was telling us that she is requesting for money. So even from her own side, she mentioned money. The person that she is blackmailing mentioned money. So, and the person that contracted her finally, also, we know that something has exchanged hands. When I had that issue of Sandra about her story with Natasha Akpotudaga, I stayed back, and I had that. I think I watched a program, issue with Jide of TVC, Baba Jide Otitoju, and Baba Jide Otitoju was like challenging Natasha to come up with her evidence, at least that Professor Mbeke has come up with a fact and figure and all those ones. So I really surprised at Jide Otitoju, because Jide Otitoju is a renowned. I respect him, but for him to fall cheaply to that blackmail, get me wondering. Though now, looking at that Sandra's revelation, we see that common sense will tell you the person that you barely know, you don't know the person, it's not your friend. How can you be telling the person that there was nothing like sexual harassment? That's one apart.
All the confessions, it's as if Senator Natasha, who is a lawyer for crying out loud, went to confession as if Senator Professor Mweke is a reverend father, and Senator Natasha has come to confess all her sins. And all these things is a day conversation. It's not as if they've been friends for over years and she has been revealing this one after the other, like someone you've not met before.
Yes, and somebody introduced her.
Yeah, somebody introduced you to this person just because she has been, carrying your cause.
She just called to appreciate.
And all of a sudden you are telling her the sexual harassment is a lie. I am not. It's not true. I just want to use
not
it.
Even not true. Say there was nothing like
sexual harassment.
Somebody you just met.
And then and as in the one that she told her that Senator Natasha has bought her Rice TV.
No, if you see this issue of
her Rice TV and my Rufai Oseni, my honorable Rufai.
You mean Rufai on fire?
Oh my God! No. You want to drag? You didn't even look for someone else or any other person. You should have. Oh God! The lies are not believable. At the end of the day, you see her intentions. Her intentions in those lies. You see her pushing some narratives. She's trying to, the one with FIDA, that she called them useful idiots. She knows that, and then she called Nigerians gullible and hungry. At the end of the day, she knows that these are Natasha's strengths, and she wants to use those things to weaken those strengths. Natasha has enjoyed people's support organic support from the masses. And now she wants to use those things to poison people's mind, and some people will fall for it.
Come, and let me tell you, my dear, you see that issue of there's nothing like sexual harassment. Let me tell you, Natasha will not even tell that to her husband.
To her husband.
If Natasha do that, as a man, the man will look at it and say, this thing we are fighting is a lose battle. The man will find a way to make peace with Akpabio. So what I find out is this: two things. One, or both of them, is that either Professor Mbeke, and you know how the name, you know the meaning of Mbeke. No, Professor Mbeke. Professor Mbeke is either looking for a contract from Senator Akpabio, or that Senator Akpabio contacted Professor Mbeke to do this damage. But the problem is that what they have done, the issue of Natasha is like that proverbial bone that is on your neck. Is either you cannot swallow it, so the best thing you can do is to vomit it. So what the Senate President should do at the moment is to vomit the issue of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Wash his hands like a parlor and say, no, please, I sin no more.
So there is a speculation that she's not working alone. Could she be a political tool? Some believe that Senator Akpabio himself is pulling some strings behind the scene. Is there any sign she's being sponsored? Is she doing it out of spite on Natasha for not agreeing to her terms? Or could this be that someone is using her as a tool to get to Natasha?
So, two things are also involved. Those two things may be valid. In the first instance, I don't think she's doing it to spite Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, because Natasha did not agree on the terms. Do you understand now? I don't think she's using it to maybe because you did not give me money, let me blackmail you. No, she will not be doing that, because she can only do that if Natasha herself came out and say, oh, this is what Professor Mbeke demanded from me. She can now open up. And if you look at her conversation with Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, you find out that there's nothing like a threat from Natasha's side, or either from her own side, maybe to expose her or not. No, they ended the conversation. So there was nothing like a threat. So I don't think she's doing it to blackmail Natasha or to spite Natasha because Natasha did not agree to her antics. And also I believe that she's being sponsored. You cannot do nothing for nothing. My uncle used to say, I didn't make nothing, man. You don't do nothing. Once you are doing something, there is something that is attached to it. Although you may not even know the gain, but maybe you are doing, okay, let me do this thing to help this person, as you will drive joy. Maybe that joy will be your prize. You understand now? So you cannot say, I'm just doing it for nothing. No. It's either you are helping somebody so that you'll be fulfilled, or you are helping somebody so that you will make some dough there. So if you look at it critically, look at all those things and how all those things are playing out, you will see that she is being sponsored. She took that conversation and meet somebody and tell somebody about Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and that somebody pick interest, and that somebody say, okay, I am going to foot this bill, carry on, we are at your back, nothing that happen. If not, Natasha Akpoti have written petition against her. She was not picked up, but somebody that exposed her in person of Obinna was not picked up by the system.
The call log. One would think that someone who came up with this whole allegations, who is deliberately trying or maliciously trying to, tarnish the image of this person, would be more careful to, at least before that live stream, delete certain sensitive call logs. But she brought out this call log, and the whole Nigerians saw Senator Akpabio, SP, amongst where she was trying to show us that Natasha actually called her. But she still left that. Is this an honest mistake, or is she an attention seeker? Probably she's just doing this to get attention of the opponent, or she's sending a signal. Is she telling Nigerians something?
Okay, I have two ways to answer that question. First of all, I would say that let's assume that SP stands for Senate President. So in that case, I would say that the God of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is alive and active, and it may be that she wants to show off. It may be a careless mistake. She never knew that people's attention will go to those ones, that they will focus on Natasha, whatever, where Natasha's name is. You don't know that people will look at other names on that call log to fatun or to make up whether this thing you are saying is the truth, to know the real truth behind her story. So that one apart. Then on second leg on it, in fairness to Professor Mbeke, SP can be senior prefect. SP can be special person. So SP can mean anything to her. In fairness, so we cannot sit down here and say it's the Senate president. But in the context of the action, in the context of what is going on, if you say that it's Senate president, that person may be right. Because they say, who killed the Legiwa na baba. But if you put another one, I used to do you understand now? So in that context, you will see that in the context, what is going on, and you see that SP, one's mind will go to Senate president, to be honest.
We all know Nigeria and the system and how it works. For crying out loud, someone came out to give his own story. Now speaking about Mazi Obinna Akobodike, who testified against Mbeke and admitted that he was the one that actually produced the audio going round against Natasha, that was not the original audio. And he came out to give that testimony. This man was picked up. So, do you think that they have actually captured this man to maybe get him to change his mouth and come out to be, because that man looking at him should be a witness to this case, you know, and he has been picked up actually and been arrested. He's been on the custody for 10 days now. Do you think they have picked him up to go prep him before the trials, maybe threaten him or give him one or two to change his mouth? Do you think that is the reason why he was picked up, or are they just punishing him for speaking the truth, knowing the Nigeria that we are and what happens to our democracy?
Okay, if you look at the arrest of Mazi Obinna Akobodike, it's the same as Nigerian system still going on. The system that does not protect the poor. The system is against ordinary Nigerian. Even if you are a millionaire, even if you are rich in Nigeria, and you are not connected to the government, you are not supportive of government, the system can bring you down. So when I mean ordinary man, I mean ordinary man in the sense of those who are not connected with government. So the system is not for ordinary man, let alone the poor person in the society. So that is the system. Now, prepping Obinna or not prepping Obinna, forcing him to change his view. The view is out there, And thank God that media has been democratized. Everybody has access to media. Because what used to happen before is that the convention media, all those television stations, newspaper, they are owned by the elites. So, and their colleagues, they are in government. Even government can wake up and buy the whole newspaper. That you will not get you will not get some certain story. There are some certain story that are bought over that will never be published. So even if whatever they like, let them do. Even if Obinna came out tomorrow and changes his mind, the Nigerian people, the masses have known the truth, and the people's courts, public opinion courts, still remain valid, because you cannot buy public. Like Igbo adage, when you cook for one person, when the community cook for one person cannot finish it. But one person cook for the community will finish it. So whatever they want, like, let them do. And whatever Obinna will come out to say tomorrow, and any judgment that they will give, you see that judgment will not be justice in itself. So whatever they like, let them do. But what we are saying is that nothing should happen to Obinna. His fundamental rights should be protected 10 days afterward. And then we continue to tell you, because we have collected a court order to remind him and do investigation. Since you know that this man is a suspect or whatever, you should have done your investigation before picking him up. And tomorrow they will tell you are illiterate, you did not go to school. Most of them schooled abroad. Most of them Nigeria spend money sending them abroad to go and acquire one courses or the other. And when they go to all those abroad, go to Western world, is this the way it's being done in Western world? So when it comes to things that will favor the public, they will tell you that we are still growing. But if you come to punish the people, they will tell you that you must do what is right, the way they are doing in the Western. They are doing it in the Western world. So that is the Nigerian system for you.
And again, I wonder why he was picked up in such a manner.
Okay, now look at. Okay, sir.
And again, I wonder why he was picked up in that manner. This man on the live stream where he made his confession, his testimony, admitted and agreed that he is ready to cooperate with any official when he's picked up. I wonder why he was instead of giving him a chance to prove himself. He's not a criminal. We didn't hear that this man had a criminal record or something. But for the first time, you are trying to arrest this man. You didn't give him a chance. You have to go in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. to arrest a man sleeping next to his wife and children. To arrest him and put him out there for how many days now? So we beg and urge Nigerians, the people in government, to help us. To help us to maintain democracy. Let people speak. Because when you keep shutting people up, when you want to be the only one talking, we will let you talk. But we won't listen to you at the end of the day. Okay, and I got a next topic. So
looking at that Nigeria system we are telling you about, Natasha that is going to appear in the court on 3rd June. I think by Tuesday she will appear in the court. If you look at it, this lady or this senator made allegation, heavy allegation against Senate President, against Yahaya Bello, against Usman Ododo, and even said how Senator Asukpo drove Yahaya Bello to go and meet Senate President, and they want to assassinate her. And she made mention under their homecoming that she has informed the Inspector General of Police. Now the issue is this: what is Nigerian system? How does Nigerian security system work? Is it working against somebody that is crying, victim that is crying? Should the victim that is crying be arrested and his predators just be walking around untouched? You see that that's what the system is protecting those they think that they are high and mighty. Because in the first place, the Inspector General of Police should have, not even if you don't want to arrest Senate President, but the Senate President is not enjoying immunity. All these people, it's only Ododo is enjoying immunity. Senate President can be arrested, can be locked up. He does not enjoy immunity in Nigerian Constitution. But even if you want to respect him based on who he be or based on the office he is holding, I think the Inspector General of Police should have called him for interrogation. Oh, Senate President, sir, see what this woman is saying. How about that? And listen from him. But none of this thing was done. No investigation was done whether the woman is saying the right thing. Rather, the government, the Inspector General of Police is now suing somebody that is crying that my life is in danger. So look at the system. Then another issue is this. I think, I'm sorry to say this, but let's call a spade a spade. I can say that Akpabio is a coward and weakling. Do you know why? If somebody defame your character, what should have done is go and sue the person to the court, sue him. Why coming under police? Why coming under government? You have the right to sue somebody. Oh, this person defamed my character. Why saying criminal defamation? Why why hiding under police? I think Akpabio is a coward. He's a weakling. He's a coward, and it's also even the allegation against him. I begin to believe that it's true, because every attempt to bring out the truth or to even settle this matter, Akpabio always pull out. Find one way or the other, technicality or the other, to make sure that he don't appear. Even the Senate Committee on Privileges and Ethics, he made sure him and Senator Nweboy, his boy, I don't know, his PA, his Senate PA, they went there and made sure that they disrupt that committee. He went to the court, the same thing. Mind you that Natasha'S said that people have called for mediation to solve this problem between them, and she was also ready. But Akpabio keep on giving condition that Senator Oduaya, Natasha, should retract that sexual allegation against him and apologize to him before peace can be reached. So, and this woman say no, she want to tender evidence. At least if she tender evidence that say, okay, this man, you done this. Okay, she was okay, I'm sorry. The woman was okay, I am sorry for insulting you. But first of all, this woman has case to prove. So for those of us saying that she should bring her evidence, I think that woman has evidence. And she will bring that evidence at the appropriate quarter where that matters. She will bring it out and Nigerians will see. If Akpabio doesn't have anything to hide, any skeleton in the cupboard, I think he should have been bold enough to come out and face challenge. After all, he's an uncommon senator, an uncommon Senate president. How can an uncommon Senate president be dodging or here and there with one thing or that. So I beginning to believe that sexual harassment allegation against him, but it's quite unfortunate because when this thing touches him, if you go outside, they will say Nigerian man. But meanwhile, one finger has already touched the oil. One want to spread it to all of us. So we are not. So I think it's Akpabio and his cohort that should be figured in that incident.
Oh, we prayed as we hope, looking up to Tuesday, that Natasha would not be cooling her head in the jail. Because looking at the time where they put the hearing, even Natasha herself expressed her fear that they might have put this with the intention of making the bail condition difficult for her to meet up on that same day before the court closes, and that may mean her sleeping over in the jail hotel room for that day. So
no. Speaking of whether she will be put in the jail or no, she said it that 2 senators are telling her to pack her baggages, pack her property, and go to jail and whatever. So they have orchestrated it. But one thing I will tell Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and Nigerians is this: the cause she's fighting is not an easy cause. The evil that she wants to eradicate in public office is not an easy job. So the evil will fight back. But no matter how it comes out, she's a hero or heroine, right? She's a heroine. Do you understand that? She has made her, even if they likely they put her into detention, she has made her mark. If they don't put her, she has also made her mark. So in whatever it comes, and any person that's challenging this kind of system should also bear it in mind that this kind of things will come up. But the way looking at her, I think she's prepared.
She's prepared. According to her, she said even President Tinubu has been to the prison.
Yes.
And even Nelson Mandela has been to the prison. So it will not be a new thing for Senator Natasha to be in prison.
But what we are telling her is that the masses are with you. The voice of the masses are also the voice of God. So as we masses are praying for you, God is hearing it. And masses will act also. We will pray and also act. People will come out on the streets. What's come to us? So be rest assured that Nigerians are with you. Since you are fighting a good cause,